Going to break down the Alritz kit for you here real quick. So it comes in a little plastic container, and then it has a Mylar space blanket in it, a 51 by 83 kind of single-use space blanket you guys are probably familiar with. Great for reflecting heat or wrapping up in if you don't have proper gear on your body, shall we say, for maintaining core temperature. We're going to work with this wire saw today, so I've already worked with it a little bit and I'm pretty happy with it. These swivels seem to help, and even though it bound up several times, I've been able to work through wood pretty well, so we're going to give it a go for you guys. A kind of tactical pen with a sharp end at one side to break windows, and then a pen on the back side with the cap on it to make sure you don't dry out your ink before you're ready to use it. A light with a little thing to put it on your belt or whatnot, or inside your pocket. It's got 3 different brightnesses, kind of, so you've got your bright, dim, and then SOS strobe as well, or just kind of strobe light. And it does, if you didn't notice that, it does have a focus beam as well to make it a little more directional for you. Ferro rod, I've tried it a little bit already. You can probably see from the scratch marks. We'll give this a go this afternoon or this evening and see how well, if we can get a fire going with it. It does come with 4 bandages, just your typical bandages, nothing fancy there. A knife, kind of has like a carabiner, open and close, shall we say. And we'll see how well this is out of the box. It does seem pretty sharp already, so I haven't done anything to it. A compass, so just your traditional compass, nothing fancy there, but always good to know where, if you know what direction you came from, you can try to find your way back in that same direction. You've probably seen these before. These are just like, it's like 11 tools in one, and I'll get you a close-up of this, but just a stainless steel 11-in-1 tool. And last but not least, it does have one other smaller light, just a little LED light. It's pretty bright. Whistle, pretty bright, or pretty loud whistle. So stay tuned, we're going to give a couple of these things a go before it gets too late tonight. Alright guys, so I found this just a dead piece of cottonwood, and I'm going to use this inner bark for starting a fire real quick tonight. So if you're not familiar with it, it's basically poplar or cottonwood, and this inner bark is fantastic for tinder bundle. So if you're going to make something out of a flame out with magnification, a ferro rod like we'll try tonight. Equally, if you're going to create something like a bow drill, hand drill, fire plow, fire saw, basically some type of primitive friction fire, and you want to put your ember in something and let it grow into a flame, this is great for that. So I'm just basically taking all the stuff off the outside, fluffing it up, and let me make sure you guys got a good close-up of that. So that's what we'll use our ferro rod for our ferro rod test. Alright guys, so we're going to give this wire saw a try on this piece of wood. Let's say it'd be a great piece of lumber to get started our fire with. So let's get on it. If I really was doing this in survival mode, I'd probably capture this dust if I could too. Needless to say, this dust is great for catching a spark. Probably snapped the wood in half already, but I'm gonna go all the way through for you guys. Just as I say that, it binds. Typical. That's all right. All right. Okay, guys, here in the dark, pretty much. See if we can get a quick fire going. There we go, finally. Not too bad. Ferro rod seems pretty soft, so that's a good thing, especially for those who haven't used them too much. So, thumbs up on that. So you can see it's pretty dark out. Got a tree about 25 feet from me. Let's see if I focus it. There's bright. There's dim. And there's strobe. So, pretty decent. Alright guys, so final review. I'm actually using the flashlight to help me out. Overall, this kit did pretty well. The ferro rod was good and soft. Needless to say, got a fire pretty quick. The saw did better than expected. Lots of times when they bind, they kind of fall apart, but that one did really well. A couple of things I would add to this kit would be, one would be cordage. So there wasn't any cordage, so maybe some paracord or bank line, something of that nature. And then secondly, the container. I think you may be able to boil water in the container with rocks if you were to maybe layer some little pebbles below it to mitigate the hot rocks from melting through or whatnot. Probably give off some carcinogens, but you know, I'd rather have that than die in the bush. But overall, pretty sweet kit.